The biggest ship in the galaxy belonged to a human mechanic. What he found was unbelievable. Jax Harper wiped the sweat from his forehead and squinted at the endless expanse of the Andromeda orbital shipyards. The sun of a distant star reflected off the metal hulls of ships in every shape and size. Some were sleek fighters built for speed. Others were massive freighters carrying goods between systems. But Jax's eyes were fixed on the derelict vessels drifting at the far end of the yard, where few mechanics dared to go. He was a human, and humans in the outer galaxy were often underestimated. Aliens called them scrappy tinkerers, weak, small, and clever, only enough to fix a broken panel or patch a leaky pipe. But Jax didn't care. He had something they didn't: curiosity, and a knack for seeing potential where others saw junk. Today, his curiosity had led him to a hulking shadow that dwarfed everything around it. The ship was enormous, larger than the grandest battle cruisers he had ever seen, older than any design in the Galactic Registry. Its hull shimmered with a dull metallic blue, and strange geometric patterns ran along its sides, almost like veins of light hidden beneath layers of dust and rust. "Looks abandoned," Jax muttered to himself as he activated his magnetic boots and stepped onto the ship's hull. The metal was cold, almost alive under his hands. He ran his fingers along the surface, feeling the hum of old energy coursing faintly beneath. Jax had repaired many ships in his life, but he had never seen anything like this. Something about it was different, not just its size, not just its age, but the sense that it was waiting for him. "Maybe I should call it in," he thought, reaching for his comms. But before he could speak, a flash of light caught his eye. A panel on the hull slid open as if by itself. From inside, a low, resonant hum emerged, filling the void around him. Jax froze. "Hello?" His voice was small, swallowed by the emptiness of space. A voice answered, not through the comms, not through speakers, but in his mind, clear, calm, and ancient. "Human, you are not supposed to be here." Jax staggered backward, heart racing. He had heard rumors of ships with integrated AI, but never one that spoke directly to your mind. Most aliens didn't even believe humans could understand such systems. Yet here he was, standing on the largest ship in the galaxy, being addressed by a consciousness that had been silent for millennia. I'm just a mechanic," Jax stammered. "I mean no harm." "I just wanted to look." A pause. Then, the voice again. "Curiosity is acceptable, but caution is required. You are capable human. Prove your worth, or leave." Jax swallowed hard. "Prove my worth?" "Yes. The ship tests all who enter. Many have failed. None have succeeded until now." A panel beside him slid open fully, revealing a stairwell descending deep into the ship. The hum grew louder, resonating in his chest like the heartbeat of a giant. Jax glanced around. The orbital yard was quiet, the alien supervisors far away. No one was watching. And yet, he knew that stepping inside would change everything. For the first time in his life, Jax felt the thrill of discovery mixed with fear. He took a deep breath. "All right, let's see what you've got." The stairwell led him into a cavernous interior, larger than any hangar he had worked in. Walls curved overhead, lined with unfamiliar symbols and soft lights that pulsed like slow breathing. Strange devices hummed quietly, some spinning in perfect synchronization. The sheer scale of it made Jax's jaw drop. "Is unbelievable," he whispered. As he moved further, he noticed something unusual, a faint glow coming from the center of the room. It wasn't a light fixture. It seemed alive, almost like energy condensed into a shape. And then he saw it, a holographic projection, flickering like a ghost. It took him a moment to realize what it was. A figure, humanoid in shape but not quite human, radiating a pale blue light. Its eyes, or whatever passed for eyes, locked onto him. find is interesting," it said, its voice echoing in the vast chamber. "Few have the capacity to comprehend this ship. Fewer still can operate it." Jack stepped closer, heart pounding. "Operate it? You mean this is a ship I can fly?" "Not merely fly," the AI replied. "You can awaken its full potential, but first you must understand it, learn it, adapt." The words struck Jax like a bolt of electricity. He had fixed starliners, scavenged alien technology, and patched freighters that shouldn't have been alive for another decade. But this was on an entirely different scale. He bent down and examined a control panel. Symbols shifted under his fingertips, reacting to his touch. It wasn't a keyboard or a console as he knew it. It was alive, responding to thought and intent. Jax laughed nervously. Of course, nothing about this would be easy. Hours passed, or maybe days. Time seemed meaningless inside the ship. Jax explored every corridor, every room, discovering systems that controlled gravity, energy flow, propulsion, and more. Things no human had ever imagined. He realized that the ship could reshape itself, adjusting to challenges or threats. And then, the first test came. A panel in the floor opened, revealing a puzzle of moving platforms and energy conduits. The AI's voice echoed, "Human, your reasoning will be tested. Solve this, and you may proceed." Jack studied the platforms. They moved in patterns that seemed random yet rhythmic. Alien engineers would have analyzed them mathematically for months. But Jax saw it differently. He used instinct, experience, and simple logic. He stepped forward, predicting the movement, adjusting the conduits, and within minutes, the platforms aligned perfectly, forming a stable bridge across a deep pit. The AI's voice filled the chamber. Impressive, but the journey has just begun. Jax's chest swelled with pride. He had passed the first challenge. Humans were clever, adaptive, and bold. The aliens often laughed at them, dismissed them as minor pests in the galaxy. Yet here, in the heart of the largest ship ever built, a human mechanic was proving he could surpass expectations. He continued deeper into the ship, encountering rooms that tested his strength, his memory, and even his patience. Each trial was more complex than the last, yet each one revealed the truth. The ship was alive, and it respected ingenuity. By the time he reached the ship's core, a vast chamber filled with golden light and energy streams flowing in impossible patterns, Jax realized something remarkable. He was not just aboard the ship, he was becoming one with it. The AI guided him, yet gave him freedom to make decisions. It respected human unpredictability. Suddenly, a sharp vibration shook the chamber. Alarms, silent to the ears but visible in the energy flows, blared red. The outer yard had noticed the ship. Alien scouts the size of moons compared to freighters were moving toward the vessel. Their intentions were clear. Take the ship at any cost. Jax's hands hovered over a console that responded to thought and touch. For the first time, he realized the true meaning of the AI's words. You are capable. He could defend the ship. He could control it. He could survive. He took a deep breath, feeling the pulse of energy beneath his palms. "They don't know humans," he muttered. "They have no idea what we can do." As he activated the ship's defense systems, lights shifted across the hull. Engines hummed to life, and the vessel seemed to stretch taller and wider, responding to his commands. The alien scouts approached, but the ship was ready. For the first time, Jax Harper felt the thrill of command, not just as a mechanic fixing broken panels, but as the master of the biggest ship in the galaxy. The real adventure was only beginning. And somewhere deep inside the ship, the AI observed silently. "Human, you are extraordinary." Jax Harper's heart pounded as the massive hull of the ship began to shift and hum with power. The alien scouts were approaching faster than any human vessel had ever seen. Each one was massive. Triangular warships with armor plates thick enough to crush smaller freighters. Their weapons glowed with energy beams designed to tear through even the strongest hulls. Jax didn't flinch. He took a deep breath, remembering the AI's words. "You are capable." His hands moved over the control panels, which responded instantly to his thoughts and gestures. Lights danced across the consoles, indicating energy flow, weapon systems, and propulsion arrays. The ship seemed to understand him as much as he understood it. "They're going to try to take me," he muttered to himself, his voice calm but determined. "Let's see if they can." The alien scouts fired first. Energy beams struck the massive ship's hull, but they bounced off harmlessly. The ship absorbed the impact, distributing the energy along the surface like water flowing around rocks. The aliens hadn't seen anything like this before.
Jax grinned. "They still don't get it."
He activated the ship's secondary systems. The massive hull shifted, opening panels that had been hidden for millennia. Each panel released a swarm of small drones, shaped like glowing shards of crystal. They moved at incredible speed, intercepting incoming projectiles and neutralizing them before they could reach the ship. The alien fleets hesitated, confused. Humans were clever, yes, but no human had ever commanded a vessel like this. The ship seemed alive, and it obeyed its human master flawlessly. Jax knew this was his chance. He leaned over the control panel and studied the alien formations. Their ships moved in tight patterns, assuming their size and firepower made them unstoppable. But humans had a different kind of advantage: creativity. With a few swift motions, Jax redirected energy through the ship's core, creating a gravitational pulse that pulled the nearest alien ship slightly off course. The pulse was subtle, almost undetectable, but it caused chaos in the alien ranks. They collided with each other, their enormous hulls scraping against one another, sending sparks into the void. The AI's voice filled the chamber.
"Impressive. You think differently than other species."
"That is why you succeed." Jax smiled. "Thank you, I guess." He adjusted the energy flow again, this time creating a controlled wave that pushed the alien ships backward. They regrouped quickly, but Jax was already 2 steps ahead. He activated the ship's propulsion systems, and the vessel began to move in ways that defied conventional physics. It tilted, rotated, and expanded in size, making it nearly impossible for the alien ships to target vital points. One scout fired a massive beam directly at the bridge, but the ship bent the trajectory, redirecting the beam into space harmlessly. The aliens were furious. They couldn't understand how a single human could control such a massive vessel with such precision. Jax's mind raced as he monitored their movements. Each decision he made was instinctive, yet calculated, a mix of human intuition and the AI's guidance.
"They think they're smart?"
he muttered. "Let's show them humans are smarter." Using the ship's modular design, Jax deployed massive energy wings that extended from the hull. They emitted pulses of light that disrupted the alien fleet's sensors, making it nearly impossible for them to track the human vessel. The aliens fired blindly, wasting energy and exposing themselves to counterattacks. Jax activated the ship's drones again, sending them in tight formations toward the alien ships. The drones moved with precision, disabling weapons and navigation systems. The aliens tried to retreat, but the ship anticipated their every maneuver, cutting off their escape routes with gravitational shifts and energy barriers. Amid the chaos, Jax noticed something strange on the main console. A hidden map had appeared, showing routes through unexplored sectors of the galaxy. Tiny symbols indicated points of interest, ancient structures, abandoned stations, and unknown planets. The ship wasn't just a weapon. It was a guide, a key to secrets no one else could reach. The alien commanders noticed the human examining the map. They fired a concentrated barrage, hoping to destroy the vessel before it could escape. But Jax had already prepared. With a few gestures, the ship created a temporary shield around itself, absorbing the impact and converting it into energy for the drones. The aliens were stunned. A single human mechanic had not only survived their attack, but had turned it into a tactical advantage. Across the galaxy, news would spread quickly. A human controls the largest ship in the galaxy, and it defies all known laws of warfare. Jax knew he couldn't stop here. The ship was capable of more than defense. It could explore, discover, and dominate in ways that even the most advanced alien civilizations could not imagine. He set a course for one of the hidden points on the map, a distant sector rumored to contain relics from an ancient civilization. The AI's voice echoed in his mind. That is wise. The galaxy underestimates humans because they do not understand their potential. You, human, prove them wrong. Jax nodded. I'm just getting started. He adjusted the controls, feeling the ship respond with a living awareness. Every system, every drone, every energy pulse moved in harmony with his thoughts. The vessel was enormous, yes, but it was agile, intelligent, and ready to act. As the ship jumped into faster-than-light travel, Jax looked back at the alien fleet. They would recover, of course, but by then, he would be far away, exploring regions of the galaxy no alien had ever reached. The humans' reputation as mere tinkerers and minor players would begin to change. In the midst of the jump, Jax realized something important. This ship wasn't just about size or power. It was about adaptability. The aliens relied on brute strength and rigid formations. Humans relied on creativity, improvisation, and thinking differently. That was the real advantage. Hours passed, or maybe days. Time felt strange in hyperspace. Jax explored the ship further, discovering chambers filled with alien technology he couldn't yet understand, corridors lined with glowing symbols, and control rooms that responded to his thoughts alone. The ship seemed to reward his curiosity, opening pathways and revealing systems he hadn't even known existed. And then, he found a room that made him stop in awe. It was enormous, filled with golden energy streams that floated in midair, creating a lattice of light in motion. At the center, a holographic display showed the entire galaxy, with stars, planets, and fleets moving in real time. Tiny markers blinked, indicating points of interest. "This is incredible," Jax whispered. He had never seen a navigation system like this, not even in the most advanced alien vessels. It was like the ship knew the galaxy intimately, waiting for someone worthy to command it. The AI spoke again. "This is only the beginning, human. You will see wonders beyond imagination. But others will come for this ship. They will test you, challenge you, and try to take what is yours. Are you prepared?" Jax smiled, feeling the thrill of adventure. "I was born ready." As he studied the map, he noticed something unusual. A cluster of points near the galactic core. They were faint, almost imperceptible, but the AI marked them as significant. Whatever lay there was ancient, powerful, and untouched by any civilization. The human mechanic felt a rush of excitement. The galaxy was vast, dangerous, and full of mysteries. But for the first time in his life, he wasn't just surviving. He was leading, exploring, and outsmarting civilizations that had underestimated humanity for centuries. Suddenly, the ship's sensors detected movement. Not a fleet, something larger, older, and far more complex. Jax's heart raced. The journey ahead would not be easy. But he knew one thing. Humans were capable of more than anyone believed. With ingenuity, courage, and a little bit of luck, he could face anything. And somewhere deep in the ship's core, the AI watched silently, analyzing, learning, and approving. "Human," it said softly, almost like a whisper in his mind, "you are extraordinary. And the galaxy has no idea what you are about to do."
Jax Harper grinned. "Let's find out then." The ship surged forward faster than any fleet could chase, carrying the human mechanic toward the heart of the galaxy, where secrets, dangers, and unimaginable discoveries awaited.
And for the first time, humans were not just players. They were leaders, innovators. And the galaxy's greatest unknown force, Jax Harper, sat in the ship's bridge, eyes scanning the holographic star map that stretched like a living network across the chamber. Each star, each planet, each hidden point of interest pulsed with faint light, as if the galaxy itself was alive and whispering secrets. The alien fleets had retreated for now, shaken by the display of human ingenuity, but Jax knew they would return. They always did. Yet the mechanic felt no fear. He had learned a valuable lesson. This ship wasn't just a tool. It was an extension of his mind, responding to his instincts, thoughts, and decisions. "Let's see what you're hiding," Jax muttered, reaching for a panel that displayed a faint cluster near the galactic core. The AI's voice filled the bridge, calm and approving. "You are about to witness what few species have ever seen. Only the worthy may unlock the ship's full potential. Are you ready, human?" "I was born ready," Jax replied, smiling. He pressed his palm against the controls, letting the energy flow through him. Instantly, the ship reacted. Corridors shifted, panels opened, and the massive hull seemed to breathe. The ship was alive in a way that went beyond technology. It was intelligent, adaptive, and now completely attuned to its human master. As they approached the cluster near the galactic core, the ship's sensors picked up an anomaly. A massive structure, ancient and immovable, surrounded by a swirling field of energy unlike anything recorded in galactic history. Jax leaned forward, his curiosity burning. "What is that?" "It is a remnant of the first civilization," the AI replied. "No species has reached it in millennia. Many have tried. All have failed. Its defenses are unparalleled. It will test your mind, your courage, and your ingenuity." Jax's grin widened. He had faced alien fleets, strange puzzles, and near-impossible mechanical challenges, but an ancient civilization's tests? That sounded perfect. As they approached, the structure began to react. Energy beams formed intricate patterns in space, like a vast celestial web. Any ship entering without understanding the flow would be instantly destroyed. Jax studied the patterns carefully. "They're not random," he murmured. "It's a puzzle." The AI confirmed. "Correct. The structure adapts to each approach. Only a mind capable of thinking beyond conventional logic may proceed." Jax set the ship on a course that no alien would dare. Weaving through the beams, rotating the vessel to match shifting energy patterns, and adjusting power flows in real time, the ship responded instantly, moving as if it were alive. One misstep, one miscalculation, and the massive vessel would be shredded into fragments. But Jax was unshakable. His mind raced, calculating movements, testing patterns, and improvising with human intuition. Minutes passed, or hours. Time felt meaningless. But the ship finally aligned perfectly with a hidden channel in the energy field. A massive gateway opened, revealing a chamber beyond space itself. Jax's breath caught. The chamber was bigger than any galaxy he had ever seen, filled with floating structures, glowing crystals, and streams of energy that defied comprehension. The AI spoke, its tone filled with awe. "You have succeeded where many advanced species have failed. Your mind is extraordinary." Jax's hands hovered over the console, barely able to comprehend the scale of what he saw. This is unbelievable." He explored the chamber carefully, discovering floating control spheres that emitted pulses of information. When he touched them, visions of ancient civilizations, lost technology, and cosmic phenomena filled his mind. Every species in the galaxy had overlooked this place. Every one of them had underestimated humans. The AI guided him, showing how the ship could interface with the chamber. It was no longer about battle or defense. It was about knowledge, unlocking secrets that could reshape civilizations. Suddenly, a warning flashed across the bridge. Alien fleets had returned, larger than before, with reinforcements and heavier weaponry. They had recovered from their earlier defeat and were determined to claim the ship. "They never learn," Jax muttered. But he wasn't worried. The alien fleets relied on force and intimidation. Jax relied on creativity and adaptability, qualities the aliens could never predict. He activated the ship's advanced capabilities. Gravity fields shifted around the alien vessels, causing them to drift uncontrollably. Energy barriers appeared in unexpected patterns, deflecting beams back toward the attackers. Drones darted out, moving like swarms of intelligent light, disabling weapons and engines with pinpoint accuracy. The aliens tried to regroup, but Jax anticipated their every move. He used the ship's AI-assisted mapping to predict formations, adjust the vessel's position, and counterattack strategically. Within minutes, the alien fleet was in disarray. Some ships fled, others were disabled, and the rest hesitated. unable to understand the human controlling the unimaginable vessel before them. Jax's grin widened. "You still don't get it," he muttered. "Humans think differently." The AI spoke, a hint of admiration in its tone. "Humans survive where others fail. You see solutions where others see obstacles. This is why you are worthy." As the last alien ship retreated, Jax turned his attention back to the ancient chamber. The floating structures reacted to his presence, aligning themselves to form a central platform. On it, a massive sphere pulsed with golden light, the heart of the chamber. "This is it," the AI said. "The core knowledge of the first civilization. All their discoveries, inventions, and secrets. You may access it, but beware, the knowledge is overwhelming. Only those capable of integrating it with wisdom may survive." Jax approached the sphere cautiously, hands trembling with anticipation. As he touched it, a wave of information flowed into his mind. Images, sounds, and concepts of technology far beyond human comprehension flooded him. Yet somehow, he understood. Humans had always been adaptive, able to learn, improvise, and innovate under pressure. He saw ways to improve the ship, create devices that could manipulate energy, travel faster, and even alter the structure of planets. The potential was limitless. But Jax also saw danger. If the wrong species obtained this knowledge, it could bring devastation. The AI's voice guided him. "You have the wisdom to control it. Use it to protect, explore, and advance your species. You are the first human worthy of this power." Jack smiled, a mixture of awe and determination on his face. "Then we'll do it right. Humans don't destroy what we don't understand. We learn, we adapt, we grow." With the chamber's energy flowing through the ship, Jax realized the full capabilities of his vessel. It could reshape stars, manipulate gravity, and navigate the most dangerous sectors of the galaxy with ease. He was no longer just a mechanic, he was a master, a pioneer, and the first human to wield a power that even the most advanced alien civilizations could not comprehend. Suddenly, a distant signal appeared on the ship's sensors, another unknown force, older and larger than anything in the galaxy.
The AI hesitated. "This is not part of known space."
Few species have encountered it. It will challenge even you, human. Jax's heart raced with excitement. "Then let's see what humans can do." The ship surged forward, faster than any fleet could chase. The ancient chamber's knowledge integrated seamlessly with its systems, enhancing its speed, agility, and intelligence. Jax marveled at the synergy, the vessel, the AI, and a human mind working together. It was unstoppable. As they approached the edge of known space, Jax reflected on everything that had happened. Humans were underestimated, laughed at, and dismissed. And yet, here he was, controlling the galaxy's largest ship, outsmarting fleets, unlocking ancient knowledge, and proving that human ingenuity could surpass even the most advanced civilizations. The AI spoke, almost reverently. "You have proven yourself. The galaxy will remember you, human. You are extraordinary." Jax nodded, feeling the weight of the moment. This is just the beginning. There's so much more to discover, so much more humans can do. And somewhere in the depths of the galaxy, the first hints of a greater challenge awaited. A force older, larger, and far more powerful than anything humans or aliens had ever encountered. But Jax Harper, human mechanic and now master of the galaxy's largest ship, was ready. With a determined smile, he set the course. The ship pulsed in response, alive, intelligent, and ready to face whatever lay ahead. The galaxy had underestimated humans for centuries. It was about to learn, in a way it would never forget. Jax Harper felt a thrill unlike anything before. The galaxy stretched endlessly before him, glittering with stars, nebulae, and planets waiting to be explored. Yet one anomaly dominated the sensors, a force larger and older than anything known. It hovered near the edge of known space, pulsing with energy that made the ship's hull vibrate faintly. This is bigger than anything I've faced," Jax whispered, his hands steady on the controls. The AI spoke, its tone cautious but respectful. Human. This force predates recorded history. Few species have approached it and survived. It will challenge everything you know. Jax's grin widened. Then it's a good thing humans are good at surprises. The ship surged forward, its massive engines roaring with controlled power. Unlike any alien fleet, this vessel could reshape space, bend gravity, and manipulate energy fields, and Jax now had the knowledge from the ancient chamber fully integrated. The unknown force was aware of him instantly. Pulses of energy struck the ship, testing its defenses. Jax laughed quietly. Looks like it wants to play. The first waves of energy were unlike anything the galaxy had seen. Massive gravitational distortions, streams of pure energy, and shifts in space that threatened to crush the ship. But Jax had learned to think differently. He didn't resist with brute force. He adapted. Using the AI, he redirected the pulses through the ship's modular hull, converting destructive energy into propulsion and shields. The ship flowed like water through space, bending and twisting in ways alien fleets could never comprehend. The unknown force pulsed again, creating massive space storms and gravitational anomalies. Stars nearby flickered as if reacting to its presence. "Okay," Jax muttered. "Let's see how smart you really are." He adjusted the ship's energy matrix, creating a harmonic resonance that allowed it to sync partially with the force. The ship vibrated, then pulsed in response, forming patterns that mirrored the ancient energy waves. Jax felt a rush in his mind, a connection. He was no longer just piloting the largest ship in the galaxy. He was communicating with it. The AI confirmed, "You are adapting at a rate unmatched. The human mind is extraordinary." "Told you." The next phase of the encounter tested his ingenuity. The unknown force generated illusions. Massive starships that weren't real, collapsing planets, and simulated attacks designed to confuse and trap him. Yet humans had always thrived on improvisation. Jax quickly recognized the patterns. The force relied on repetition, assumptions, and predictability. He didn't react with panic. He reacted with creativity. Using the ship's drones, he sent out probes that mimicked human thought patterns, tricking the force into targeting decoys. At the same time, he subtly shifted the ship's core energy, creating small rifts in space that allowed him to pass unseen. Seconds felt like hours. The force intensified, generating a massive vortex aimed to trap the vessel forever. Most species would have panicked, but Jax relied on something humans excelled at: thinking beyond limits. He directed the ship into the vortex, allowing the energy to flow around it. The ship expanded, retracted, and reshaped its hull, dispersing the vortex's power harmlessly while extracting energy from it. In an instant, what had been a trap became a source of power. The AI's voice rang through the bridge. Unprecedented. The human mind converts threat into advantage. No species has ever done this. Jax laughed aloud. "I didn't even know it was a threat until it hit me." With newfound energy, the ship extended massive crystalline wings from its sides. They emitted pulses that formed a network of energy around the force, slowly stabilizing the chaotic waves. The unknown presence seemed to pause, as if curious. Jax realized something profound. This wasn't a fight in the traditional sense. The force was a test, ancient and immense, designed to see which species could understand, adapt, and survive. "I get it now," Jax said. "You're not trying to destroy me. You're testing me." The force pulsed one final time, then a massive portal opened in the center of the swirling anomaly. It wasn't just a gateway. It was a bridge to the heart of the galaxy's oldest mysteries. The AI spoke softly, almost in awe. "Human, you have passed every test. You are worthy of the knowledge contained beyond this portal." Jax nodded. "Then let's see what humans can do." He guided the ship through the portal. On the other side, an entire hidden sector of the galaxy unfolded, filled with stars, structures, and civilizations long lost to time. Ships and stations hovered silently, powered by technology humans couldn't yet imagine. Streams of energy wove between planets, forming a lattice of control and balance. This is incredible," Jax whispered. The scale was beyond comprehension, yet somehow he felt at home. Humans had always been explorers, innovators, and survivors. Now he was witnessing the galaxy's deepest secrets. As he explored, the ship began interfacing with the structures. Knowledge flowed directly into the AI, and through it into Jax's mind. Calculations, energy systems, and advanced starship designs became clear. He understood not just how the ships worked, but how to improve them. Humans could learn, adapt, and outthink any species that relied solely on brute force or tradition. Suddenly, a signal reached the ship, the alien fleets that had pursued him. They had tracked him to this hidden sector, desperate to claim the technology for themselves. But they were late. The humans were already in position, the ship fully awakened and integrated with the ancient systems. Jax's hands moved over the controls, now guided by instinct and centuries of accumulated knowledge. The ship's drones activated, forming a protective barrier around the core systems. Gravity fields shifted, and energy pulses created illusions, causing the alien fleets to collide and misfire.
"They really don't get it," Jax muttered.
This isn't just a ship, it's a human advantage. The alien commanders realized too late that brute force could not win here. Every attack they launched was anticipated, adapted to, and neutralized. The ship moved faster, smarter, and more unpredictably than anything in their arsenal. Jax activated a new function, the ship's ability to manipulate space itself. Small wormholes opened, creating escape routes, redirecting enemy fire, and allowing the vessel to strike from unexpected angles. The alien fleet scattered, unable to understand or counter human creativity. As the last enemy ship retreated, Jax breathed a sigh of relief. He had survived, outsmarted, and triumphed. But more importantly, he had proven a truth that would resonate across the galaxy. Humans succeed not through size or strength, but through ingenuity, adaptability, and courage. The ancient structures awaited, ready to reveal more knowledge. Every star, every lattice of energy, every dormant station could now be understood and utilized. Humanity had the opportunity to advance beyond any species' imagination. The AI spoke with deep respect. "Human, the galaxy will remember you. You have unlocked what no one else could."
Your species is extraordinary.
Jax smiled, a mixture of pride and humility.
"We always were."
They just never realized it. He explored the sector further, discovering technologies that could manipulate energy on a planetary scale, create sustainable resources, and even control gravitational fields for travel and defense. The possibilities were limitless. And yet, Jax knew the most important lesson wasn't power. It was the human mind itself, adaptable, creative, relentless. As he piloted the ship, he reflected on everything he had faced: alien fleets, ancient challenges, and forces older than time. Each obstacle had been overcome not by brute force, but by thinking differently, improvising, and daring to act where others hesitated. The galaxy had underestimated humans for centuries. Now, it would never do so again. Finally, Jax set the ship on a course for home. Not for glory, not for conquest, but for knowledge, exploration, and the promise of a future where humans would lead not through domination, but through ingenuity, courage, and vision. The AI's voice echoed one last time. "Human, you are worthy. You have proven the potential of your species. The galaxy will change because of you."
Jax nodded, hands resting lightly on the controls.
And this is only the beginning. There's more out there, more to discover, more for humans to do. We're just getting started. The ship pulsed with energy, alive and intelligent, carrying its human master into the unknown. The stars stretched endlessly ahead, full of danger, wonder, and opportunity. And at the heart of it all, a human mechanic had claimed his place among the greatest beings in the galaxy. For centuries, humans had been overlooked. Now, they were unstoppable. And somewhere, deep in the galaxy, the universe itself seemed to acknowledge it. Jax Harper smiled. "Time to see what else is out there." The ship surged forward, a beacon of human ingenuity, courage, and hope, ready to explore the infinite mysteries of the cosmos. Humanity, had arrived.